Hi,
Hey, Jackie,
how are you?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, Jackie.
Oh, hold on. Let me sign back in. Hold on.
Let me just check my speakers here. It says they're working, but I can't hear you. Hey, Kathy, just bear with us. We're going to be a little bit getting set up here.
Can you hear me?
Obviously, we're on early. That's why I came on at 8:16 instead of 8:30. Jackie, I cannot hear you at all. I apologize. I don't know if it's my speakers or if it is on your side.
My,
I'm going to try and get James on the phone to get him in here so we can just test everything. If not, I'm going to have to jump over to my regular speakers. I have headphones on. See these little ugly Beats by Dr. Dre so that I didn't have background noise, but let's see. It could be me. Let me just try something here.
let me know, Kathy, if you can hear me.
I have no sound on my side. That's not good. Let me find out if it's me or if it is James. Let's see. Bear with us a sec. We'll get this all going. That's why we're on early. Come on, you stupid iPhone.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You going to jump in here? I want to make sure it's working. We got a lot of early people in here already, and I have no sound on my side so far. So I want to see if it's me or if it's the participants.
Can you kick them out?
I don't want to because there are people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It's not a big deal.
Let's see.
So they can obviously hear me, but I can't hear them. So.
All right, so that's a good thing at least.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that when you jump in here to find out if it's my speaker setup or what it is. So.
Let's see.
Jackie's making funny faces at everybody.
I'm just putting this on Snapchat.
Good
thing I can't read lips, right?
Oh, yeah, you can't hear me.
You didn't even know. In the middle of setting up I was on that call, and then I'm doing all this. I've got my new router. I'm like, oh, it's no big deal. Plug it in. I connect remotely to my Nighthawk, and all of a sudden it's like no internet, and I'm like, how is this even possible?
Oh, I hear you. It's always something. That's why I wanted to start a little bit early, so we got a few minutes, but it's almost 20 after, so get your butt in here.
I'm logging in now.
Okay.
I got all my monitors up, and let's see. Host has another meeting. That link you sent said host has another meeting in progress.
No, that link should be the one. It should work fine.
Let's see.
What link are you on?
The one that. Yeah, no, you can't do shit. Got my IT support here. Mic check. All right, let's go. Let's test my speakers. Speakers up. All right. My stuff is working, which is good. Let me see. Last link.
Should be the one with the 7s in it, not the 848 link.
Let's see. Leave meeting. 849. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, it's the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah, it's like ancient. Beauty.
Should have gotten the email like today.
Yeah.
A few hours ago.
Didn't come from you though.
No, it came from Zoom. Should say like something like Zoom webinars or something.
Hold on a second. Let me delete that. Yeah, well, if you do your fucking history homework, you should be the one that's up here and saying all this shit for me.
Everybody's hearing you. That's funny.
It's totally true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let me see the Zoom link.
Can you still not hear me, Derek?
Panelists, I hear the panelists.
Yes.
All right, there you go. Click here to join. All right, signing me in.
Okay.
Join with video. I'll adjust my lighting once I get.
That's fine. There you go.
Nice. All right. Can you hear me okay? I'm hanging up on your phone call.
Can you hear me on here, James? I can see you speaking, but I can't hear. So I'm ditching. I'm going over to the manual speaker. Ditch the earbuds. Goodbye, earbuds. So,
All right, so
bear with me a second while I set my audio
I can
up.
hear you if you can hear me.
So it was me, Jackie. It's not on your side.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Jackie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, how do I sound?
Awesome.
I'm sending my Beats by Dr. Dre back. There you go. I can hear people now. How about that?
Woo, woo, woo.
Don't
Okay.
move.
Dr. Dre is getting fired for his $300 earbuds. So
Right. I love my AirPods.
yeah, I guess I should get them. I always make fun of people with the big white thing hanging out of their ear, but
I think
guess they work.
they have skins for them too. So
oh, do they?
yeah, I have I want to get the new ones because they sit in the ear better, and I use them for running.
Watch this. Alba, where are you working? In the hood?
Where I roll, bro.
Born and raised. How many attendees do we have?
So that's a good question. So we already have about 400 people registered for the Zoom, and then we have another few hundred for Facebook Live. So it could be up to
Sweet.
1,000 tonight. We shall see, right? So we wanted to work out all the kinks here. Obviously, panelists. So what we set up here is you'll see we have attendees waiting, and some of them have their hands raised already. This is why James is going to be in there. Nice view, James. Anyway, he's going to help me run these for the week because it's just going to be too insane. Hey, guys. Or hey, Mary. Philip ran away. I can't hear you, Mary. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
We're not getting on your, there you go. There you
Okay,
go.
we're good. I didn't think you'd
Cool.
want.
Cool. Hey, Philip. Philip went to get his drink.
Killing it, bro. No, don't go anywhere. If you want to be, listen, if you want to work tech support, you got to be hanging.
This is why we start early, right? All the tech support glitches.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that's the norm.
And refreshing of the drinks, that might be important too.
Very important. So we've had roughly, I think 400 or 500 register right now.
Awesome.
And we also have another few hundred that are on Facebook Live that are saying they're going on there. So we shall see once I kick this thing off. So we've got a big group going. Obviously, all of you know we've had a bunch of new educators coming on board also. So this thing may go on for 30 days straight. We've got the attendees, just so everybody knows, we cannot hear you unless you raise your hand. And if you're raising your hand as an attendee, what's going to happen is James is going to be funneling questions to the panel, and then we can answer. This way there's not too much background noise. So all the panelists know today, I bought the highest Zoom level today for all of us so that we have panelists, and then the attendees can raise their hand and ask questions versus what happened the other night, right? So I spent the money and we have the best of the best now. Hopefully we can get
You
this
sound
technology.
great. You sound
Good,
great too.
good.
It's not that weird waving background stuff. So that's awesome.
Good, good. It should, what we're paying for it, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was afraid when I saw the people pre-registering today. The regular Zoom only handles 100 on the Zoom, and obviously we went way over that. So,
That's awesome.
and look, the quality of my background's better tonight too. The Learjet's looking clean, isn't it, Philip?
What's that?
How's the jet looking?
I said,
Well, let me see.
It's on.
No, it's on the small. I
It's
need.
on Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi. What's on me?
James is just setting up the background
Oh, there
technology
you
right
go.
now.
Okay.
What's on me?
Yeah, I'm not sure about, I might change the cushions the
Yeah, you
next
should
time.
move the pillows around a little.
Careful. James has an MP5 on his
I
background.
see
So
that.
So,
I'm
Derek,
gonna try this.
is it your plan to go through each night and have the speakers talk a little bit about what we're going to do?
Yeah, so
Yes.
so tonight we're going to go through all the coaches, what they're going to do, a little bit background for all the audience as to how this is going to run from this point forward. Sunday we're going to kick it off, and it looks like we may get up to 30 days of education. We are going to kick off for Passover and Easter Sunday. We had those dates booked and didn't realize it, so we're going to change and rearrange that.
Yeah,
Right.
good idea. Are you okay? Do you need me to move my chair? We're having some technical difficulties ourselves here.
That's okay, us too.
You okay?
James has his hat on. He's ready for business.
He's got his hat
I
on.
don't even know. I was on a conference call called Whiskey Friday that hasn't been done in 2 years, and it was sort of a coronavirus one. So I was sitting on my back porch drinking this monstrous bottle of whiskey just to hang out while I'm setting up my new Wi-Fi router that all of a sudden decided not to work at the end. And I'm like, oh yeah. So Derek's like, hey, let's jump on. And I'm like, so I have my 7th grader tech support that's up here doing it for me.
So James, what I want you to do, I'm gonna put you as a co-host. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. This is new stuff we're all using here. If you're in here as a
May I bring you a bit?
attendee.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Derek, what's the Facebook channel this is going to be on?
So I'm gonna launch this inside of Salon Owner Mastermind. Just give me a second here. I'm just trying to figure out how to make you a co-host. It says make you a host. I don't know if that takes it away from me, but let's find out.
It's actually a huge mistake, but you know.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. We can work this. If it does, then you can switch it back to me.
28.
Okay. So it's still giving me control. So I guess you should be a host now. You should be able to do things on here also now, James.
Let's see.
And I'm going to launch Facebook Live while we're all talking, while we're waiting for everybody to get in.
Is it all of us right now, Derek?
Yeah, so all of us will be panelists. All of us were invited. We should all be coming in.
Okay.
And after the panelists, then if you'll see on the top of the panel, there's attendees, and the attendees are muted until they want to raise their hand, and then we can allow them to unmute. So James, you're going to work the attendees, okay? With the Q&A, yes?
I wanted to say something.
Okay, let me just jump on and fire this up live.
We would mute ourselves, Derek.
Oscar, did you log in as a attendee or as a host? So we got to put, we got to log on. James, can you find Oscar and make him a panelist? Promote him to a panelist? So we're just getting this all, bear with us attendees if you're in here, just getting all this stuff set up. I'll fire up the Facebook Live, I think. It is not working. I'm assuming that you have that power now, James.
Yeah. They should have all used the link he sent today, but it doesn't look like everybody's.
Exactly. People are using, I think, other links, but
The one on Facebook,
can
maybe.
you promote me back to the admin, please? You just click on my picture and push me over to admin because I want to fire it up for the Facebook Live. Perfect. Bear with me. Let me go on Facebook Live.
Can we mute ourselves, Derek, just for background noise until you call on us?
It's fine. I don't think we have, honestly, I hear no background noise. If you do, that's fine.
I don't either. No, you're
Nothing,
right.
good. All good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different this time, so.
Moderators, that's cool.
Sounds very good.
Okay, I'm just firing up the Facebook Live. Hopefully that will work tonight. It better work for what I paid, so. It's amazing when you pay a little extra dollars, how the technology steps up, huh?
Right?
And we are on Facebook Live also now. Should be setting up in the group as we're speaking. So we are live in front of 7,000 people, gang, and whoever joins on in the live with Zoom will be able to communicate with us directly. Cool, cool. Yep, it's all working. Okay, we're just waiting for some more of our group, obviously. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Yo, yo. Hello, everybody.
Kaylee, how are you? Sarah, how are you? Christine, I see you're on here, but no picture. We have 40 attendees with 3 hands raised. So James, if you can just work, can you see the attendees, James? And I can't hear you.
I think he's muted.
Your mic is not working, buddy.
Do you want us to stay muted or?
No, you guys should all stay unmuted, the panelists. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the attendees muted until they have a question. James, can you hear us yet? Your mic is not working, buddy. We'll get this all worked out. Everybody bear with us.
Let's see.
Here comes Nikki. Hey, Nikki. James, you got that yet? Your mic is still muted, bud. No audio. I'm gonna have to work these. Okay, so it's gonna be fun.
Hey, Derek, if you can activate Oscar's camera, he just shot me a text.
Okay, so let me find Oscar on the list and promote him up to a panelist. Because I don't see him as on here yet. So, oh, there he is. Promote to a panelist. There we go. I just pushed Oscar up. He should be coming on. Oscar, you are on as a panelist now.
Where's my camera? Oh, here we go. Start.
I just unmuted yourself. There you go, buddy.
Hey.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hey. You joined the attendee link. We should put you back there.
Thank you, Steve.
So bear with us, guys. Let me go through this list and see who's one of our coaches that may be as an attendee and doesn't realize they were supposed to come on as a panelist.
Derek, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, James.
All right, awesome.
Derek,
Yeah.
Tina and Kaylee are going to come on, but they're having trouble. They don't know whether they should be an attendee or a panelist, they said. I said you should be a panelist.
It doesn't matter. Kaylee, yeah, so Kaylee's already in. They should come in. They should come in as a panelist.
Hey, Derek, Nikki said her mic is.
Panelist, they said. I said you should be
It
a
doesn't matter.
panelist.
Kaylee,
Yeah, he's on. He's sending messages, but
what happened with Nikki's mic?
She said she texted that it's not letting her get her audio on.
Let me just
Okay,
check.
okay.
Can you hear us, Nikki?
Oscar, when you came on, your mic is now throwing feedback, which it wasn't earlier on.
Yeah, so Oscar, just mute yourself and unmute yourself as you want to talk, okay? Oscar, Oscar, you are on as a panelist.
But he's got the background, yeah.
We have Neil Dukoff in here. Very excited to have Neil in here. Neil, I'm going to put you in as a panelist if you'd like.
Oh, no, he doesn't want to be a panelist, does he?
Hey, Neil, how are you? Long time no speak to.
Let's see.
Looking good, Neil.
Hey, there we go.
A little static.
Hey, guys.
Neil, how are you, man?
I'm good. How's everyone?
Hello.
Hey,
Good.
Mary and
Good.
Philip. How are you guys?
What's up, Mr. Dukoff? How you doing, brother?
Hey,
I'm
Neil.
doing great. Oscar.
What's up,
Steven. Oh my God, there's like a family reunion.
Like family reunion.
Lots of time.
Hey.
So
I feel like we all got a half hour to turn our rooms around before the next one of us goes.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm ready.
Patty is in as an attendee, so let's find her on here and promote her up to a panelist.
It started.
Hey, Neil, I'm ready too. Here's to you, brother.
Hey, there you go.
Salute. Salute.
You know, it's Friday night.
Stevie G,
Anywhere.
There we go, baby. There we go.
you gotta
Love
check
it.
out this wine, Stevie, from South Africa. It's awesome.
Like that
Love
whole
it.
bottom row.
I'm gonna go get a
James,
glass of
can you
wine.
look for
I'll be
Patty
right
and
back.
promote her up to a panelist?
Hi, Gail in San Diego.
Gail, where's she at?
She's watching.
Oh, I gotta flip pages here.
Hey, Oscar, I'm going to go get my skull cap.
Go ahead. Too hot here. It was 85 today. Jeez.
Shut up.
Swear to God, it was hot as
Lucky.
hell.
Oh, 62 here. It's not bad.
You gotta rub it in.
It was last week.
Patty, if you can hear us, jump on and with the link that I just sent out earlier and join as a panelist.
Oh, no, she's not.
Okay, I don't know who else is jumping on here, but we're going to get started in 5 minutes, regardless of who shows up or whatever, and then we'll get things rolling. We've got James, can you handle the chat for me?
Yep, I'm on it.
Okay, thank you. Got a lot of chat going on, so and a whole bunch of people asking questions, but we'll wait a few minutes, and then so the format tonight is I'm going to go through the format of the whole program. Obviously, we all know that we're going to be going on over probably the next 30 days, one educator a night, kind of to reset the whole business industry, and that's the format. So you as an educator will do your whatever you're doing that evening. Andrew's arranging all those classes, and yay, Andrew, congratulations! I appreciate it.
For the task. Well, that,
So me and my big ideas, right?
Right, thank
so
you,
we
Derek.
started this Sunday, so this has been crazy since Sunday, as all of you know. So with that in mind, tonight is kind of a kickoff. We're going to introduce ourselves as educators to everybody. And from that point forward, then Sunday night will be the official first education class. From that night forward, each night we'll do an education class as educators. And then that'll be recorded the next day to go onto your own pages. And we'll set up a landing page for you also inside of our site with some backlinks and some, information gathering software for you. And that's it. And we're going to give out a lot of free information to help the industry. So as soon as we finish getting set up, I'm going to open up to the general public and we'll get rolling here. I know, Steve, you had a time situation. So we're going to bring you on first after I do the introduction. Okay.
Okay, brother. Actually, I do have an hour. I thought we were starting at 5, so I've got an hour to give. So
Cool.
either way.
Cool. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
That's California time. It's worse than
Derek,
island time.
Tina? Derek, do you see Tina?
I'm sorry, what's that, Christine?
Do you see Tina Black?
I do not, but I'll go on to panelists and I'll see if she's in here.
Christine, when I came on your link, I came in with your name and I had to change the name. So she might
I got
be
it.
going as Christine again.
Oh.
So Tina, Vote to panelist. Tina is now promoted to a panelist, so she should be in.
There she is.
There she is. And I think we were waiting on Patty too, right?
Can I ask you, okay, so if somebody, okay, question, raise my hand.
All right, I just brought Patty in. Who else are we missing, gang?
What's up, Tina Black? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Been a hot minute.
Yes.
Andrew, who else are we missing from the list?
Who are missing from the list? Let's see. Rodney, Vivian.
Okay, let's
I
see
didn't
if Viv is
that-
on.
Vivian, Beth.
Is not on. Let's try
Now that
Beth.
Beth knows how to turn her camera on.
Now, this is
got
an
it.
issue. She's gonna have to come to my house.
Beth is not.
Maybe
Beth
she's
is not.
on her way.
What'd that
Right,
say?
we are definitely going to get in touch with some of these educators and make sure they know how to use the technology.
Okay,
Right?
I have people that are texting me and asking and said they didn't get a link because they signed up too late. Where do they go on Facebook?
So they can jump in Salon Owner Mastermind, and it's running live in there. And
Okay.
I'm going to jump on there and let everybody in right now.
Okay, I will share that right now. Thank you.
So let's do that quickly, gang, while I'm on here. Bear with me one sec.
Salon owner.
Wow. Yeah, we had a lot of late joiners, so.
Uh-huh.
There's Vivian.
Derek, is Beth on?
No, she's not.
You know, she isn't. I just searched for her. She might be now. We'll see. Andrew, you want to text?
She doesn't know how to use an iPhone, so it could be quite a while.
Maybe she was probably getting her pajamas and getting in bed again.
Hey, easy.
She's fluffing her pillows.
Exactly.
Hey, is Patty on? Patty's having a problem getting on.
I just let Patty is here. I will unmute her. There she goes. Patty, can you hear us?
No way, Steve.
She's here. So we've got quite a few coming on. Let's see. I'm going to search and see if either Beth or Vivian are on yet.
Vivian's here.
Her picture's not on, her camera's not on.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hey, Vivian.
And she's muted.
Good
Oh,
evening.
she's unmuted now. So.
Good
Hey, Viv.
evening. Good evening. The link I went to said there was a meeting in progress.
It is.
Yeah, so I think some of you used the old link. What happened is when we upgraded Zoom today to do 500 people, we had to create a new account. So I sent that link out. It'll change every time because I guess Zoom rotates the link to allow extra bandwidth. So now we have the creme de la creme program so we can handle a lot more people, because just so you as educators know, we had almost 500 people sign up today. And we also have probably another 500 live on Facebook. So a lot of bandwidth. Anyway, so I don't know if Beth is going to jump on, but I don't think we should wait now. It's you know,
Yes,
we're
agreed.
almost
We gotta
15
go.
minutes in. So let's get the program rolling for this evening. Okay. James, you're going to handle the live chat and keep the questions. Write them down if you can, please, for the people that are chatting in, and then we'll answer them after we start. Okay. So, well, I'm going to start off. Welcome everybody to tonight's Beauty Business Reset meeting. Tonight, I'm going to introduce you to all of the coaches that are involved in this program. Some of them were not able to make the meeting tonight, but will be here for their classes in the future. We also have some special guests in here that we're welcome to the group because the idea of this thing is to help every salon owner through what's going on and hopefully reset their business going forward. And that's, we are coming from a position of giving from all these people in the industry who have been generous enough to give their time for this. It's been a lot setting up because it was kind of last minute. We started this as soon as the stuff started happening, and putting this all together was monumental, to be honest with you. So the way this program is going to work, okay, is the why. First, we'll go over the why. We all had a vision to help salon owners that were struggling through this, and to take care of the salon owners that have a real passion for their business to succeed when this is all over. It will be over, but you need to take this time to reset your business and come out of this like the rock star you've always been. I want you to look at your future self 6 months from now, to look back at what you're doing now and say to myself, was I doing the right thing then? Did I take my time, use it properly? Was I a rock star and came out of this thing like nobody's business, right? You know, and there's a lot of techniques that all these educators are going to show you for that. I can go through it, but I'm not going through it tonight. That's the classes, right? So that's what this whole thing is about. It's about the passion for the industry, the passion for resetting this industry and making it like it should have been all along. You know, some of us have been educators and in the industry for, I've been in 30 years plus, okay? I've seen the old days and now how things are. The old days had systems and things like that. Since then, a lot of the industry has gone away from that, and we're not tight as a group anymore. We need to recreate this industry now, okay? We need to take our governing bodies, pull them all together, and make them ours again, right? And here is the industry icons who are going to help you do that. Very important, okay? The next thing is when, okay? So when this is going to happen. Tonight is the introductory meeting. From this point forward, after tonight, it's kicking off Sunday night at 8 o'clock. We'll have every night, we'll have a new educator on. It will be recorded. You'll get your link if you're registered. If not, you can watch it in Salon Owner Mastermind, okay? The recording of that video will be the next day for you to watch if you weren't able to attend with that educator, okay? So we're starting on Sunday night, 8 o'clock. From there, we may go 30 days. We have educators signing on as we're speaking. So, and all the educators we're vetting to make sure that they are not totally independent. Some of these educators work with companies, but we're making sure that they are independent enough that they are here to help you as a salon owner without pushing down your throat something else, if that makes sense, okay? And I'm very excited about the people that are here. Now, where, again, I'll get back to what I just said, where it's going to take place is online, okay? This is going to be a new reset for the industry online, and it's going to happen inside Salon Owners Mastermind. It's going to happen if you register. You'll get the Zoom link, and you can jump on live on Zoom, and this way you can raise your hand, get answers, questions from the educators you're dealing with, okay? There'll also be email follow-up with those educators and a link to their private pages after the fact, okay? So with that, I just want to kick this off, and our first person I would like to speak tonight, because he does have some time constraints, is Stephen Gomez, great educator. So Steve, why don't you introduce yourself and get this thing rolling?
You got it. You got it. First of all, Andrew and Derek, thank you for creating this opportunity for our industry to come together and to support each other with education and with resources. At a time like this, that's exactly what we should be doing. And this warms my heart, as I'm sure it warms everybody else's heart that we're here right now in this conversation. I've been coaching salons and spas for about 26 years now. This is my passion. This is my life path. I don't call it a career or a job. This is where I'm spending my life. I do this till I drop. I dedicate myself to supporting our industry. I was a guy that ran a business into the ground because I never got past algebra in high school, never thought I was smart enough to understand it, avoided the budgets like the plague, and got audited, owed 80 grand because I was keeping the cash and tips like a lot of us in this industry do. I was living in the moment, living in a high-rise in downtown Chicago, where I'm from originally, had the nice car, had all the trappings, had a full book the next day, things were great. But when I got audited, all the cash went right out the window because I owed 80 grand I didn't have, and I wasn't prepared for that. I found a coach at that time, hired her, worked with her, turned everything around, was able to rebuild my brand, rebuild my company, pay off all the debt, rebuild my credit. That whole journey was so transformative for me that that company offered me a chance to join them. And I literally did that within a 2-week time period, and moved out to California and learned how to become a coach. I've coached over 446 salons and spas of all different shapes and sizes, multi-location salons, large single operating salons, rental commission, hourly suites. I help everyone. My commitment is to support everybody to look at what's working, but maybe we're working our asses off to make it work. And what's something that if we put in place would create more ease and more structure. Also my commitment to look at what's not working the way we want it to. And if we were to shift that with a system or something foundational to create more operational strength, then that's gonna help take that business to the next level. I worked with Milady for about 9 years as a writer. Worked with them, loved working with them, but my passion is coaching and training. So in 2016, I launched my own brand. I wrote a book called Financial Fitness. So I'm a guy that went from not getting past algebra in high school to having a book with 23 different salon-specific spreadsheets in it. I've also written a book called Interdependent Leadership, Creating a Culture of Inclusive Growth. And my commitment is that we were to look at the numbers as creatively, you wascally wabbits, as creatively as we look at the application of a color, would be wildly transformational, not only for people personally, but for the industry as a whole. I believe that we're here to fight the lack of profit that we make for all the hours that we put into our communities. We put in so much blood, sweat, and tears equity, yet because we avoid budgets and finance and we relate to it and think about it in a way that can be disempowering, it takes us away from creating abundance for ourselves. And that's one of my biggest commitments. So I'm gonna be teaching on Tuesday evening. I'm going to be teaching a class called Financial Fitness, 6 Surefire Ways to Increase Profitability. I'm going to be introducing 3 spreadsheets that come from my book that I'm going to gift to everybody that is involved in this. So I'm going to be teaching them live, walking through them, and then you guys will get access to them so you can go home and use them. We are educators. We are servants of our communities. We are leaders. And we've had our asses kicked by this virus over the last week, and everybody's been in reaction mode, and that's human nature in times like this. So with something like this, and with all the educators on this panel that are joining, we have all been in kick-ass mode. We have all been in, how can this be our defining moment? If this is our generation's World War II, how are we gonna step up? Who are we gonna be? And we say, pivot from being reactionary into being proactive. You haven't had a budget now, and if you haven't been managing that, you can beat yourself up for where you're at, or you can redirect that energy and start learning about creating more abundance and cash flow in your future. This is a micro moment in time in our lives, and we have a macro life ahead of a lot of time ahead. So my commitment is to give you financial foundations and structures so that you can take that information and really propel yourself, your business, and your team to a whole nother level, so that you're not standing behind the chair or working in a treatment room, make a buck to pay a bill to get by. You're working with knowledge that you have freedom financially, which creates much more confidence, and that confidence leads to more abundant thinking, and that more abundant thinking leads to being more attractive in creating an environment that people want to be a part of and want to get served in. I can't wait to work with you guys, and I'm honored to be here with not only a ton of my friends that I've been training on the road with forever, but a lot of new friends that I've never met before on this panel. You can follow me at Salon Coach SJG, that's Stephen James Gomez, and I'm on Facebook at Stephen J. Gomez, that's STEPHEN, just how my mama spelled it. Thank you, Derek, and I'm excited to work with everybody.
Steve, awesome. I appreciate your passion and your giving attitude for the industry. And with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the panel one by one. So the first one I'm going to bring up after you. And again, I appreciate that, Steve. I really do.
My pleasure,
Jackie,
brother.
you're up.
I'm up.
Yes, you are, Jackie.
Okay, so hi, I'm Jackie Young. I am a salon owner in Akron, Ohio, and I have been an educator with the Color Line now for about 5 years. I love teaching stylists, techniques, skills, that sort of thing, but really my passion has turned into the business side. And I'm got a little feedback, so it's going to be weird for me to talk through this. Sorry, guys. But really, it's about guiding the stylists into making and being that professional that they want to be. So my class is actually on Thursday. It's on the 2nd. I am going to be talking about packages and bundles and how they've helped me grow my business, my average service ticket and my average retail ticket, how it's helped me to hit my service goals, how it's helped me to hit my retail goals. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward in my ears. But yeah, so it's going to be about bundling. It's going to be about packaging. It's going to be about pricing, choosing strategically how and when to place those packages in your salon, and how actually to set them so that they're profitable if you do choose to discount or don't discount, however it is that you want. So that's basically it.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate
Welcome.
you. Guys, remember this is applause, right? So, okay. James, I'm going to skip over you for right now, just because you and I are going to go at the end with Andrew. I'm going to go to Philip and Mary Wilson next.
Okay.
Unmute.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we are on April 1st. So April Fools, we're not really doing a class. Just kidding. We are excited to share with you how to take your hair cutting to the next level and introduce, so we're going to introduce you to, if you are not already familiar with the Wilson method of hair cutting, and how you can use that to leverage the relationship with the client so that they feel as if they went to another hairstylist who doesn't know how to do that, that they will not get the same thing. So we're going to talk about that. Philip's going to demonstrate that, his method of hair cutting. You were talking about 30 years. I'm 30 plus years too. And Philip is?
I'll tell them mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So November was 50 years for me. And when Mary talks about the Wilson method, it's almost like the passion that Stephen has, the passion that we all have on this panel, is that we really do want to give back. My situation when creating the Wilson method with Wilson Collective was this. I wanted to be able to create precision, fast, effective designs with a unique way to do it. And for many, many years, I traveled and traveled all over the world for companies, the big ass ones, the entrepreneurial ones, and I kept pushing myself with this mindset that I was Sassoon trained and trained in London and became not the same as everyone else, but I was in that sort of place of where I tried to differentiate myself. I never want to be any better than anyone else. I just want to keep myself being the best of what I can be. So the Wilson method was created. It's rarely ever touching the hair when you design it from long, medium, and short. Because my biggest problem was, and I'm sure a great deal of us out there that are behind the chair or educating, one side of a head to another is a bloody nightmare. I was loving one side, disliked the other. So then when I followed the Italian, the French, and the British methods of doing it, I realized that comb and brushes compensate the finger to get the accuracy and the balance beautifully. But here was the key, Derek. It was the speed that created the accuracy that got you a very unique way in the salon. So that's what we'll be showing. And of course, Mary's great insight into many things, which still blows my mind, will be contributing within that presentation also.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, you know it.
If we don't kill each other before then. Yeah, so this is day 9 in quarantine for us, and then we spent a month in the RV on the road before that. So I will add that we are also, recently we were hosted in Oscar's group, and we'll also talk about how to create a culture of retail and what we've seen in this past year on the road, in the RV, and what it takes to really make retail a part of what you're doing. And of course, everyone right now not being able to provide service is really looking at how do they use that retail arm, and what resources do they have. So we're going to talk about why we started Wilson Collective. We are under a year old ourselves. So any of you, I know lots of people have posted on social media that they've just started their business. And I know a friend who opened her salon last week, and she walked.
Guys, if you're looking for, Mary, if I can, if you're looking for a product company that supports you, talk to Philip and Mary.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But
WilsonHairCollective.com. Check us out.
Check this out. But I will say, Derek, there's one thing when you know about the industry around, but there's another one, that the fact we lived in a RV for 7 months, 43 states, 25,000 miles, you realize there's a lot of bullshit out there when it comes to education.
It's amazing. It's
And
amazing.
a lot of this. But when you're out in the trenches and you see it in 43 states, cut the shit. Let's get busy and let's put it back where it used to be. A top respected profession.
So we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, this is why I love Philip. He reminds me of being in the Marines
Phillip.
again, right? So cut the bullshit. Like, this industry has been too full of big egos and empty pockets. And it's time to take it back over.
Done.
Yeah.
And Philip
I would
has my
add that-
glasses on.
And Philip has your glasses.
Neil Dukoff, back it out the room, Buster.
Yeah, if you get
My
to meet
glasses.
us in person, you can try on the glasses. There's a lot of people with pictures in these glasses.
I know where you live, Neil Dukoff.
And likewise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I got your room ready.
We are really looking forward to it. We are extremely excited. And between the two of us, the passion is absolutely overwhelming.
So we'll see you Wednesday.
Cool.
Hey, Derek.
Kaylee, did you have something to say?
Derek, if I could jump in real quick.
Yeah, Oscar.
I'm getting a lot of texts and messages from people out there that are saying there's so much feedback because all the other mics are open. Can we do that mute all except for the person kind of doing their intro, if that's possible, please?
So let me see if I can do that with the panelists. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we can with panelists in the new program. So you got to mute yourselves. So everybody mute themselves, okay? Unless you're up and speaking.
Now, maybe
Thank
Philip
you.
and I should go again. Just kidding.
Kaylee, did you want to say something?
Yeah. I'm Kaylee Auger, and thank you, Christine, for inviting me. I just emailed to see about the spot on April 11th. Oh, I hear feedback too. So I created the Salon Profit Project, which is a 6-module, 6-lesson online training for everything you need for how to run the financial side of your business. And I was thinking about what is relevant to our listeners today. And what is the most important thing that you need to spend your time on right now? And what came to me is cash flow. And that is, that's what needs all of our attention right now. And just a quick story to illustrate that for you. I got my dream property about 3 years ago, and it's off grid. And we moved in, we collect rainwater. And we moved in there and we didn't have much water left. And so we did this budget of how much a shower is, how much a dish washes, a toilet flush. And we're like, we're only gonna last 1 month. And then we have no water for the entire summer. And so what did we do? We looked at what every item was taking in water, and we adjusted our living, and we lasted the whole summer. And this is what salons you need to be doing right now with your cash flow. You need to know where every penny is going, and you need to stretch it out as far as possible to get through this and come out strong the other side. So if I'm accepted on April 11th, that's what I'll be talking about. How can you stretch out your cash, come out strong, and make sure this never, ever happens to you again? Thank you.
Kaylee, that was awesome. You will definitely be in the group and accepted, so there's no question. Thank you for your time. Sarah, you're up next.
Okay. Hi. My nephew's here. Sorry if you can hear him in the background. I'm going to be talking about memberships in the salon and how to sell them, and how it has benefited my salon, and it's a little bit different way of thinking, but it's an unbelievable program, and talking to people about how to use them and how to integrate it with their staff and what they're doing.
So if I may, just Sarah's being a little quiet tonight, not typical of her. I'll tell you a quick story about, I think it's about 8 years ago now. Sarah showed up at my salon. I had 800 members in our salon, and one of the distributors had said to her how we were doing with this membership program. She drove down from Rhode Island without an invite, right, Sarah? And showed up at our doorstep and said, "Hey, I want to learn what you're doing." So
yeah, I wanted to do a type of a membership, and I had actually asked. I had asked somebody about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, there's a salon doing this down here," and I was like, "Huh." So I watched him for months before I actually kind of I just wanted to see what was going on there. And I saw a review where they ran out of water. Somebody complained about it. I was like, that's awesome. So I got to see what's going on there. We're running out of water. It's good.
So Sarah has been running with our program since then, and is one of the lead educators for us on product memberships and salon memberships. And any of you that are working with product memberships, Sarah can definitely help you with that. It's basically Harry's Shave Club reinvented for the salon industry. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah,
We'll see you
welcome.
soon.
All right, awesome.
Nikki, you're up next.
Am I
Nikki,
unmuted?
can you hear us?
Hi.
You're unmuted.
Okay, am I on? Okay. Hi guys, this is Nikki Lee, and I'm so honored and privileged to be part of this group. I'm just going to turn, I'm Facebook living this on the Statements Project. So if, I'm just going to turn it on so everyone can see me talk, okay? All right, guys. So we are going to be doing 3 classes for this group. The classes are going to be combined. One class is going to be with Gino. That class is going to be about building salon culture, developing a bit more morale after this very demoralizing episode in this beauty business, talking a little bit about all the meetings that you should have, scheduling that out, creating a strategy on how to get back together and how to reconnect. That's going to be Gino's specialty. And I'm going to be focusing on building a salon culture using policies and procedures, talking a little bit about some of the policies and procedures that you want to have in your salon, and why do you need them now more than ever. That's the first class. The second class, Ivan and I will be talking a lot about training programs. I know there's a lot of kickback there. I'm sorry, guys. There was a question, Derek. I don't know if you want to answer it. We will learn about memberships and commissions plans and how that works. Do you want to answer that before I continue?
No, Nikki, go ahead and do your thing, and afterwards we're going to do all the Q&A.
Okay. So the second class with Iva that I'm going to be doing is going to be hiring processes. I've said a lot of times, I think this is the great equalizer. I think there's going to be, I've just actually heard from 8 salons, I would say, in the last week alone, depending on the videos that I've been doing, that basically just telling me they're giving up. They're just shutting them down and closing their doors. And I'm trying really hard to get them out of that mentality and focus a little bit on what they can do when they get back, getting themselves in a strong position financially to survive through right now, so that when the time comes, they can actually have the money that they need to hire the new people. You guys, you know, and I know some of you that have listened to me, heard me say this again, but I think it bears repeating. There's about 93,000 salons that have employees in the beauty business. Derek, I think all of us can agree that after this, there's going to probably be 50,000, you know, tragically. And I'm not thrilled about that at all. Maybe 40. And a lot of them are not going to be shut down forcibly because the government has given so much help financially to us that there's no reason to not survive through this, except the fact that you just don't want to. But I think that the salons that are going to stay need to change how they're doing business. They need to have strong morale. They need to have strong training systems. They need to have strong financial structure. They need to have lots of all the things that this beauty business reset is trying to give you is what we need in the salons that are choosing to stay open. Now you need to rise to the occasion and you need to step up to the plate and do it better than ever. That's what the beauty business deserves. And so we're hoping to give that to you guys through this beauty business reset. And so in that hiring process, we're going to talk about how to go through a hiring process, how to build it, how to create a recruiting process, streamlining your onboarding a little bit, what that looks like. Stephen Gomez is brilliant at that as well. I tie that to a training system where you actually identify a period of time where you train it out. We will talk about that on there as well. So anyone who knows me, I'm very structured when I teach. I don't like to, I tend to not be super motivating, but I tend to be very structural. So that's going to be the second class with Iva. And then the third class that I'm going to be teaching will be on my own, which I don't like, but it's going to be leadership infrastructure. We're going to focus on the 4 levels of leadership. How do you build leadership? How do you find leadership? How do you grow and cultivate leadership in your business? And how do you become the leader that you've always wanted to be? And what does that look like? And what is your unique brand to leadership? Also, we're going to be talking about how to build out your leadership structure in your business to automate things a little bit, and how to use leadership to earn more revenue in your business so you're not so tied to it anymore. So those are going to be my 3 classes that I'm going to teach. So thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, really, you know, we all love your passion. Seriously.
Thanks. I tend to be a little intense sometimes, sorry.
No, that's fine. And everybody, Nikki will be teaching with Gino Stampora. Gino couldn't make it tonight. Unfortunately, he was on another Zoom. So those classes will be going on. I know a lot of you were looking for Gino. He will be in here. So thanks, Nikki.
Thanks.
Christine, you're up next. Can't hear you, Christine. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Hopefully I don't come out because my internet is a little weak up in my office. Can you hear me? Good? Okay.
We can.
Okay. So I'm Christine Zielinski, and I am super honored to be here. I have worked with Derek for many years, and I see my friend Neil Dukoff, which I worked with for several years. So I feel really honored to be part of this panel. And yes, and I think Kaylee and Neil, which we'll talk about cash flow, have taught me so many valuable lessons about cash flow and getting those numbers right. So make sure you listen to them. And I'm really going to be focused on, I spent most of my career as an educator for Vidal Sassoon, and still am an educator now in the hair world, in the hair cutting world. And about most of my career, I not only did that, but I spent a lot of years working with Neil and strategies and becoming a coach. And now with the John Maxwell team since 2014. And my real passion is giving back to salon owners and helping them grow and develop. And it has really morphed into the mindset and development of individuals. And really, my passion right now is helping people to get out of their own way and to really understand that their pockets are tied to their worth and their self-worth and their mindset. And if I can help people to shift and understand they're worthy of making money and being profitable. And so my seminar is really about seizing opportunity in adversity and understanding that in this time right now, there is many opportunities. And I also am going to talk about that the crisis that we're in right now, many of us have had crisis in our life that we've had to deal with at other times. And it has brought us to different levels of awareness and has brought us to different ideas. And so in that seminar, I really am going to focus on mindset and helping people to seize their opportunities now. So I am looking forward to it. I think mine is on April 6th. So I can't wait to work with you.
Thanks, Christine. That was awesome. And it's a pleasure working with you and being a friend with you.
Love you, Derek.
Oscar, I know you've been waiting. You're up next.
I wasn't sure if I was going to roll over here and jump in bed in a minute. Well, first of all, hey, everybody. It's great to see a lot of my lovely friends and family, some new people that I haven't met yet, but I look forward to getting to know y'all better. And wow, I'm honored to hear everything that everybody is going to be speaking about. I love how broad it is and touching on so many levels. And first of all, I am Oscar Valencia Jr. and founder and creator of Breaking Down Your Walls and the Bricks, which is one of my products I'll be talking about in my class. I'm a second generation stylist, 3 out of 4 kids in the industry. I was literally born in the industry. Some said I cut my own umbilical cord, but I swear I don't believe it or remember it. So I don't think it happened. And there's no video, so it didn't happen. But I've literally grown up in this industry and have just had a love for it, even before I got into it, when it was never on my radar or a passion. I grew up as a little jock, and I had a dream at 8 years old to be a professional baseball player, and kind of worked my ass off towards that dream throughout Little League, high school, college, and got drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates and got to peek over the fence at my dream. And then they say, if you want to hear God laugh, just tell him your dream. And I tore my rotator that next year. That was the beginning of the end. So what's the natural transition as you go from baseball to hair, right? My dad went from being a milkman. Yes, I am the original milkman son. He went from being a milkman to doing hair, and my brother went from the Marines to doing hair. And my sister's the only one who knew she wanted to do hair from like 5 years old and is the only one still doing hair. I've been in the industry for 34 years and a long time, and I love it. I retired from behind the chair about 15 years ago. I've been doing coaching and consulting for over 23, I think, as well. And I love this industry. I'm passionate about it. I get emotional about it, having been a second generation and watching my dad be very, very successful. He's one of the only people, actually 5 people that I know that retired liquid millionaires and out of this industry. He's one of 5, but he did it such the hard way. And if I can help 1, 2, 5, or 50 do it smarter, do it better, and do it with some longevity, then I can rest well when this whole thing's over. So I think my date is on the 30th, the second night. Is that Monday, or is that thumbs up, Derek? Whatever the second night is, and the 30th, I believe, is my first night. And I'll be doing a talk called What Are You Thinking? And right now, there's some thoughts that I'm sure we all are going on this roller coaster with. And it is said that we have up to 80,000 thoughts per day. And it is also said that 80% of our thoughts are negative. So if we have 80,000 thoughts per day, 56,000 thoughts are negative. No wonder we're so jacked up, right? And then they also say that 90% of your thoughts are the same ones you had yesterday. Can anybody see the hamster wheel going on here? So about 12 years ago, I had a dream, and I was dreaming, I guess, about what stops us in life. And in my dream, it was this big blurry object that turned out to be a wall. And I was like, yes, our walls stop us. But it kept coming closer and clearer to me in my dream, and it was a brick wall. And the bricks had words on it: commitment, consistency, action, follow through, love, dedication, understanding. And it was like popcorn going off. It woke me up in the middle of the night. Long story short, those things went from a flip chart paper. It is now a product called the Bricks, where each brick has a word, a definition, and an inspirational quote on each brick, and there are 90 of them. So I'll be really working with what we do when we go into the negative. How can you bounce out of that, and how can you change and create an alternative perspective in a matter of seconds? So I want to honor everybody's time. I want to acknowledge everybody that's on this panel for donating your time and being such a commitment to this industry, like all of us. And everybody that's watching out there on Facebook, I want to acknowledge you for seeking out information and education. All of us have our own companies for the most part, and we're doing so many things. I've been doing this group Zoom thing for going on 4 years within some of my closed groups, which is called Creating Smart Salons, Spas, and Stylists. And I love this format. I'm very familiar with it. I hope you guys love it too. And I hope you guys get everything you need and are looking for throughout these next 15 to 30 days, it sounds like. So thank you all. God bless and have a good one. Good luck. We will get through all of this. Love y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, Oscar. That was awesome. I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you put into the industry.
Thank you, man.
Neil, did you want to say some words, Neil? And we are honored to have you on here tonight.
That's the Rabbi Godfather.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
Love you, Neil.
This is Neil. Great to see you all. Hey, Christine. Hey. Man, we did a town hall meeting today for about an hour and 15 minutes on Facebook, and a lot of people are hurting. And I spent the last, 26 plus years at Strategies, and God knows how many years before that trying to teach best business practices to salons. And this is the time. This is the freaking time to get our industry to buy into best business practices.
Take it back, Neil. You got
do it right. Do it freaking right, because everyone is paying the price today. Let's do it freaking right. I'm done. Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. Neil, leadership explained in one sentence.
2 words.
That's highly unusual.
2 words. 2 words, Neil. No compromise.
That's highly unusual.
There you go. Thanks, Neil.
Yep.
Tina, you're up next.
All right. Thank you so much, Derek. Wow. That was incredible what you just said, because it just fits everything that I want to say. And it's interesting. I became a Paul Mitchell school owner, like spent 20 years, and it's interesting to see what's happening within the industry. And so I feel like I come from a whole different aspect here because of the students that are getting into this right now. And it's a whole different facet of people. It's majority of our students that are coming into our schools have dropped out of college because they realize, I don't want to go to college. I want to do this. And so they all want to be entrepreneurs. And so I'm coaching them and working with them across the nation, but it's a whole slew of them, and we're seeing them leave the industry as fast as they're going into the industry. And I want to be a part of that solution. In 2013, I became a John Maxwell coach, just like Christine. Thank you so much, Christine, for inviting me. And I'll tell you, I didn't realize until after I joined the John Maxwell team that all my failures in business were because of me, and that who I was is who I was attracting, and I knew I needed to fix my leadership, and I wanted to work really hard. The first thing I did is I called up all of my leaders of my companies, and I apologized to them for not being the leader that I should have been for them. And then I have to tell you, Derek, my heart was just broken for salon owners all across the country. And I said, you know what, I'm going to be a part of the solution. I'm going to start coaching them. Do I have a lot of time? No, I own 4 salons now. We just got back into the salon business 6 years ago, and I own 4 schools. But I'll tell you what, exactly what Stephen said, like, I was born to do this. This is my ministry. It's not a business for me. It's a ministry, and I just want to help people. And I love what you said, Neil, because we got to fix our foundation. Our island here, I'm on Marco Island, Florida, quarantine, not too shabby of a spot right now. But I'll tell you what, it was hit by a hurricane in 2017, and everything stood except for one old building that was built in the 1970s. And the reason why it didn't stand is because the foundation there. They're still building the foundation. And I want to help people fix their foundation. And it's about integrity. It's about following Department of Labor law practices. Let's build that first, and let's do profit first. Let me help you to pay yourself first and help you to build a solid practice, a solid business. I have coached salon owners that for quite a few years. I have a company called Next Level Salon Leadership, and salon owners, husband and wife teams, Derek, that have never looked at their profit and loss statement. They looked at me and said, what's a profit and loss statement? Do you have an accountant? No, I'm the accountant. And my heart just sunk. But I'm telling you, that was me. That was me many years ago. I had to train my accountant how to teach me how to read a profit and loss statement. I tell you what, I make it fun. I make it colorful. You know, for my portion, I just really want to talk about the 5 strategies of a healthy business, which I believe is foundation A, and leadership is number 2, communication, hiring practices, and attitudes. So I believe with this crisis, we have an opportunity to really switch this around. And I'm actually really excited about it. The minute I knew all this was coming down, I said, you know what, we're going to have a wake-up call. And I believe this is a wake-up call. So this timing is perfect for this. And I can't wait to hear all the panelists as well, too. So thank you for the invite.
Tina, that was awesome. I really appreciate that. Honestly, that kind of rounds out what we're all thinking, right? We need a reset on the business. Neil would be better than anybody. I know we need to know our numbers, right? And honestly, we all know as coaches, most of the time when we get our clients on the phone, we ask, okay, what's your profit and loss statement? And they go, oh my God, I have it, right? And, you know, I built a visual dashboard on that stuff years ago with Pat from L'Oreal. And most of my owners are afraid to even see that. You know, they live paycheck to paycheck, Friday to Friday, and wonder if they can cover what their payroll is. We need to stop that. We need to fix that. We need to turn the industry around, right? So I'm going to get off of my spiel right now. I could go on and on and on. So next up, Patty, you're next up. So let me unmute you.
Great. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Patty.
So my name's Patty Mead, and I am the owner of Technique Salon. I'm located in central East Brunswick, New Jersey. I have been in the trenches with salon owners for the past 10 years. I've partnered as an educator with Euphora and taught their salon owners network. And I have actually taught for junior teams, grad school, through the Art of Business. And I've been educating in a network that I run for New Jersey salon owners, the NJSOF. And, you know, my passion in this industry has always been the systems and the business side. And I really love partnering with salon owners because being a salon owner is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. And when I met this group, I work with a lot of people in this group, mainly my partner in crime, Stephen Gomez. Love you, Steve. Steve's my business coach, and I couldn't have survived and done as well the last 3 years without him. Love you, my friend. My passion is really helping salon owners get systems. And my platform is very grassroots. And my belief in my platform is everything matters: the finance, the building, the system, the cash flow. Neil, how you doing? Know him from a long time too. But the basics really are important. You can have all your money in alignment, but if your employees are not in alignment, it's not going to work. So my passion lies in that. My program is called ACT, and it's basically an acronym for Attracting, Capturing, and Thriving as a Salon Professional, and it's very grassroots. It goes back to the basics of what is your team doing on a daily basis, and what is that experience in your salon like? Listening to Tina and listening to Nikki, I jive with you girls so much because we need a career path. These people coming into the industry, what I like to call failure to launch, we're getting these young professionals and we want them to perform. We want to give them KPIs. We want to give them structure. We want to give them what are the tools to help them present themselves, to be able to recruit clients, maintain them, give a rock star performance behind the chair, close the sale with effective retail, be a beauty professional that is held in the highest regard. You know, we all want winning team members. So my platform is basically about that. I want to help salon owners know what is the way that I can make my team members as powerful as possible, that they can become stewards of my brand, warriors of my brand, and that they can be more powerful every day behind that chair to help drive everything else that we're driving from behind the scenes. So I look forward to working on this platform. My segment is April 5th. It's a Sunday night. I look forward to a lot of interaction from everybody out there. And I can't wait for this opportunity to join this level of educators that are sitting around me right now. I'm honored to be with every one of you. And I am going to bring everything I have for this forum because I think it's a great time to reset our businesses. And it's a great time to get back in there right now because we do have a chance. We have a chance to prove more. And I do agree, a lot of people are going to crumble like a house of cards. We're going to see a lot of salons. And the ones that are left are going to be the ones that are to set the standard. This is our time right now. It's our time. So I can't wait to be a part of it. Thank you so much. Looking forward to my segment on April 5th. God bless everybody. Stay safe.
Patty, awesome. Thank you so much for your contribution. Patty is an awesome person, awesome educator, and we're looking forward to hearing what she has to teach everybody. So Vivian, sorry to keep you waiting. You're up next.
Hello, good evening. I'm hiding behind my photograph because I've been averaging 20-hour days working. And I certainly look a whole lot better in the photograph than I do in person right now, so forgive that.
I doubt that's true, but okay.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here and part of your illustrious group. And I am the other side of the path because my presentation's really coming from a highly creative approach, and it really focuses on why we got into this business, to be creative, to be artists, and to be passionate about our work. And I think never more than a time like this now is it critical to find the happiness. And when we look at all the research around happiness, happy people live 10 years longer. Happy people are 3 times more creative. Happy people are 30% more productive. So my presentation is about building the brand that you really want from a creative perspective, understanding the law of attraction and how that plays out in our life. And I have really funny, crazy stories to show. My presentation is highly visual, extremely visual, with some crazy stories. Also the law of compensation, which drives me as an artist, the 3 laws of compensation. The other area I look into are the emotional drivers, that when we meet a guest, we can either feel frustrated by what we're looking at, by the client, by their hair, intimidated by the hair or by the client, unmotivated by the client, or we can be inspired. And I have a whole process that I work through because it's been a battle my entire career to not feel too small and to stand in the right place of being a true professional. And those points lead to the most important point of all, which is who is sitting in your chair. And it's the consultation. And the consultation is something that I've developed for years and years and years. And I would say that where it is right now is the best it has ever been. And I teach this through my website, which is Hair Designer TV. And I have had such extraordinary results with hairdressers saying to me, Viv, I've now applied everything from who is sitting in your chair. I'm happier behind my chair. I'm inspired behind my chair. I'm able to make clients who are bored and stuck with their hair to finally move forward. I'm attracting new clients that I'm a totally different type of client. And I'm hearing from so many stylists, it's increasing my revenue and my retention in a really beautiful way. So mine is a very creative, artistic approach that's extremely practical because I use it. And much of it has come from the world of fashion, working with fashion designers, working with on photo shoots, where every day we create a story on a shoot. And when I'm working with that caliber of artists, they're not just seeing a head or a body, they're seeing the totality of a person. And I really believe today through Instagram and people taking so many selfies, they are very aware of how they look. They know their good side, their bad side. And each client who sits in our chair has a story. So I have been able to unravel intuition and teach it back to you. I've also been able to unravel what really is great style. And also that you can't give what you don't have. So to me, it's very, very powerful. And like Tina, I was actually one of the first to become a John Maxwell coach years ago, the very first group. And I'm a huge fan of John Maxwell. I can't say that I am a rock star in my practice of John Maxwell. I'm still stuck at the 21 laws of leadership, and most of them I don't like, but they're genius. So it's certainly been a great influence in my life. And I think John Maxwell was probably one of the greatest teachers of leadership. So I hope that you find my presentation funny, inspiring, thought-provoking, and I know that you're going to find, wow, I never thought of a consultation like that. And another thing I want to tell you about my consultations, they're quicker than ever before, which is very powerful as well. So I'm on my presentations, I believe I am on April 7th and April 9th. And by then, I promise I will have had at least 8 hours sleep.
Vivian, that was awesome.
Thank you.
You are just a rock star. So if any of you are wondering out there listening in here, Vivian really, like, if you want to know how to do a consultation, you want to listen to Vivian's presentation. I promise you. So good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you.
So we got a couple more on here. James, I know you've been working in background. I'm going to kick it over to you for a minute. James Alba, good friend of mine, has been working kind of the technology part behind all this with me at the same time, running multicast on here. So he's also a salon owner. He runs the a couple different programs you're going to love. So I'm just going to kick it over to him.
And I appreciate it. And first of all, absolutely humbled to be on all of you rock stars, because I definitely don't belong here. That's why I'm the first one on the first night, so that you guys can't show me up. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to open the doors for you, and I'm going to get them all greased up, and you're going to be good. But, you know, I love the 3 R's of the salon industry. That's sort of what we teach. So rebooking, retention. I'm in the reading, writing, and arithmetic now for the last 2 weeks. So I have to get 3rd grade math out of my head for my presentation on Sunday, because it's a daunting task. Definitely pay your teachers more. But my thing really is about sustainability, and what my seminar is going to be on is survival versus sustainability, right? So what happens is you get into a pandemic and everybody's like, oh shit, I didn't do all these things all this time. And why weren't they sustaining all along? Why weren't they taking little bits and pieces from all of the great things that you guys teach all along and sort of actually running their business? And, you know, this 14-day, 21-day, 28-day, whatever this reset is going to be, you know, the first week was rough. Derek, I've talked to Derek a bunch of times. I had a long talk with Neil in the morning. Christine and I have been texting when she's not doing, grounding and walking around in her backyard and self-containment. But, you know, it's a great group of people. I think everybody has great ideas. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and look forward to doing the technology. I have 4 monitors going right now with everybody on. So it's very hot and sweaty up here in the attic because they have to get away from the kids, but looking forward to everybody's presentations.
Where's the better half, Angela?
Hey, listen, somebody has got to control these kids. I'm walking around the backyard this afternoon, right? And it's like fenced in, and you know, you always say fences make good neighbors, and I'm like, this is totally like jail. Like, you know, walking around, I haven't showered. I'm like, you know, trying to bum cigarettes off the guy on the other side, staying 6 feet away. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm over this already, man. Let's get back to work, you know?
Cool. I appreciate you. I appreciate your help, especially for me and for the coaches here. Just so if any of you are wondering, James is kind of he's our technology partner, and going forward, he's our technology partner. With that, I'm going to kick it over to Andrew, who's my business partner and has been communicating with a lot of you to help me get all this set up. Andrew, you there? Can't hear you, Andrew.
No.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be with everybody. God, are you guys great. Neil, thank you for showing up. It's
Hey,
fantastic.
it's my pleasure.
Thank
Take
you.
your hat off. Show everyone how bald you are. Love you, man.
So I've been working with, Derek came to me, when was it? About 10 days ago, said, we got to do this. We got to really put something big together and bring people together. And we have an amazing bunch of people here. And I am honored to be with all of you. I know some of you for many years, others of you I'm just getting to know really, really, really. And this is an amazing industry. And as everyone said, we're at a really interesting time. Not interesting, that's the wrong word. We're at the critical time. And it's really for the independent salons, it's now or never. It's now or never. But I believe, I know, that those people who come and attend and watch us and learn from us will not only survive, they will thrive. They will thrive beyond their wildest dreams. I know this. I know this here, and I know this here. I'm going to, and I don't have my date yet, I'm going to do a deep dive into how to stay centered during this time of chaos. I'm going to outline 10 key mindsets for you guys to practice and adopt to live a more centered life while staying positive and productive amidst all the uncertainty that's going on, and how to deal with everything that's going to be coming up in a positive, productive manner. And I'm going to share that with you, and you're going to go away with something that will be totally useful when you go to work the next day or doing whatever you do. And it's for your family, it's for your friends, it's for your team, it's for your clients. We have to address them all, and that's what we're going to do. So Derek, thank you for pulling this together, and I will see you on the other side.
Andrew, that was awesome. Thank you. And I appreciate you as a business partner and a friend. And it is so unbelievable to have you as a friend over all these years. You are a mentor, a coach to me. Obviously, we all use coaches, and I depend on what you say on a regular basis. We as business owners and coaches should all have coaches. And everybody that's a business owner on here listening should have a coach. I don't care who it is. It might be somebody on this group. It might not be, but it's always great to have somebody to bounce your ideas off of and have an independent opinion. The yin and the yang, we'll call it, right? Super duper important. You know, I'm the last one speaking here, and then we'll answer questions. So everybody knows, we put this thing together. It started Sunday night. It was an incredible journey since Sunday night, kind of gathering all these educators, and we'll go forward. There are many more that are joining on right now as educators, really big names in the business. So it's exciting. It's super exciting, super humbling. Neil, I appreciate you getting on here tonight. Love it. You know, it's just so everybody knows, Neil and I, you know, a lot of us here, we have competing companies, right? But we've put that aside to come together to give you the best of the best during this worst of the worst times, okay? Because we have a passion to fix this damn industry. Everybody on here, I know they could just smash a window and say, get out of this mindset, get past your own self as a business owner and move on, right? So one of the things I coach, and a lot of you coach, is get out of your own way as a business owner. Now is your time. Let's take it. Let's seize it, right? Marines, you know, a lot of you will joke, and, you know, you always bust my chops about being a Marine, right? Marines, if they see a maze, how do you get to the other side? Okay, I just knock down the damn walls and go to the other side, right? Oscar, you can appreciate that, right? There is no going around stuff. Now is your time. Kick down the walls and let's get there. Let's get this stuff done. my forte, I know all these coaching things. I know business, numbers, all these things. Our job here as a group is not to step on each other. It's to help each other, support each other as coaches, help you as a group. Our forte, Andrew and I, obviously, we have a lot of things, but we're going to concentrate on marketing, right? So we have a new marketing program we just launched. Many of you have it, many of you don't. It's a software program. It's the most powerful software platform that's ever been introduced into the salon industry for marketing only, okay? It's marketing communication. You can get it. We're going to give you a special offer at the end of this if you're listening. Not tonight, but if you watch the coaching at the very end, because I want you to listen to all these educators. We're going to give a lot away for free. Some of these educators are going to give a lot away for free. But honestly, even them giving their time tonight and in their class is a lot away for free, because they charge a lot of money for this on a regular basis. So don't treat it because it's free that it's not important. It's probably the most valuable education you'll ever learn in your life. Neil, I'm going to talk to you. I hope you participate in this with your group and your company. We have a lot of other people coming on board. This will be the most valuable group, and we're going to try and keep it rolling from this point forward. Not only will it happen now and probably for the next 30 days, but then we're going to reloop this, and we are going to take your businesses to the next level, because anybody listening tonight is somebody that wants to take their business and reinvent it during this time of crisis, and you are the people we care about.
Well,
period.
I'm honored. I am honored to do it, and I have a challenge for Oscar. Come on, Oscar. Come on, beat that. This is my father's wedding hat. Come on, beat that, man.
I love it. Love it.
Closest thing I could grab.
I got something. I just saw it. I don't know where I put it, man.
Oh, man. Come on. I sent you that picture on Facebook. I mean, I just thought of you. I mean, it was the closest.
Oh, that one. That was awesome. Yes, sir. I'm going to have to send you one. You want pink or purple?
Let's not go there.
Derek?
Hysterical.
So we want to apologize for our weird faces and Philip leaving and coming back, but there's a skunk in our garage.
I saw video. It's true.
And it sprayed. Well, it wasn't in our garage. It was just outside. Now it's in the garage.
That's what Philip always says. Oh, it's the skunk.
No, it's really bad, you guys, and it won't leave. We opened the door, and we're trying to walk to get it to leave. And we were hearing these noises, and I'm like, there's something on the roof. And it's in the garage. Philip opened the door. He goes, I saw it.
It was looking at me. And then I'm just like, oh my God. That's the thing. When you live in the desert, you got a lot of...
It's got eyes for you, Philip.
Hey, sorry. We are engaged. Okay. We are excited about being part of this, and we hope we get rid of the skunk so we don't smell ourselves out of here.
Don't come here till you get rid of the skunk.
Definitely will. So,
okay,
so
thank
you. What I'd like to do is I would like to open the floor to questions that the attendees have been asking, if that's okay for everybody. If you want to hang out for a little bit, answer some questions. I know you went over what we're doing, but there are a bunch of attendees on here that had questions. So I'm going to kick this over to James, because James has been monitoring the attendees, I hope. If not, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to answer them.
Yeah, I've been
James?
monitoring and answering as we go along. Most of them were about the schedule. So some of the schedule has already been set. Some of it, obviously, we have to get ironed out. So I've been answering back as we've gone through. But that was pretty much it so far. They're all really, really related to you guys, though.
Cool, cool. So what I will say to everybody that's listening as an attendee is that we will be posting in the group that you signed up for, right? So the beautybizreset.com. Inside of there will be the class attendance schedules. So we will have this up probably within the next day. Obviously, we are doing a lot with the new educators coming on board to get this all up and running. So that will be up and posted in the new website for this if you want to monitor. In there will be not only the class, it'll be a link to the coach or educator's profile, whatever information they're giving, and the class date, time, and link. And there will also be a recording of whatever the class was. The next day, hopefully. Right now, Zoom is telling me it can take from 24 to 72 hours to upload their videos because of the demand on the internet. But regardless of that, all those classes will be posted for you to re-watch if you don't get to see them. Okay? James, any other questions from the group that you can kick out to us that people might have individual questions?
No, nothing specific, but lots of good chatter. I'm on the Facebook Live and I'm on the Zoom call. Got about 70 people in this one. You have a little over 100 in the other, just for the first night. Everybody's really excited. So all good things.
Sure. So I've got a few raising their hands. I'm going to allow them to talk quickly while we're in here. Dawn, I'm going to put you out first. Dawn, can you hear us?
She's muted.
I just unmuted her. I think she's got her own mic muted. I'm just going to unmute all the allowed to talk people that raising their hand. Okay, so our attendees, we have Dawn, Rocio, Vanessa, Annette, and David. If you have a question, just let us know. I have unmuted you. Nancy, I guess Nancy bumped off. Again, raise your hand if you have a question. If you want to talk, you should be all unmuted.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
We can, Vanessa. What's your question?
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you, first of all, for doing this. And secondly, I just wanted to know, those of you who have teams, what are you doing right now to keep your teams connected?
So I'm going to jump in here first, if you don't mind, as the panel. So one of the things that's super duper important right now is to communicate on a daily basis with your team. And it's not just your team, it's your clients. You need to make them feel that you are still alive, you're still a community, you're still their best friend. The salons that are succeeding right now are communicating in different ways, right? Even with their employees and with their clients. They might be doing home videos of what they're cooking today, whatever the case might be. You need to be in touch with these people all the time, every way, any way you can, and make them feel like you are going through this together. Super duper important. Just sending a text message is not enough. I'm going to tell you right now, probably the most valuable tool you have right now is a Facebook Live, and share it with your friends. Sarah's got some crazy stuff going on. It's hysterical and I love it, but our customers are going crazy over it. Christine's got some stuff going on. So I'm just going to jump into the two of them to answer your question quickly. Sarah, I'm going to unmute you, and then I'm going to mute Christine. There you go. And they can answer your questions. Sarah, you're up.
What am I doing to keep in touch with my client, with the team? I talk to them every day. We are on a group text, and we do, I call them or I text them to tell them what's going on, what the governor is saying. Like today they said we're not going to be able to go back till, the 13th of April. We've been doing TikTok videos, silly things to our clients, just different stuff so that they, sorry, my dog's growling. But just fun stuff to keep them engaged. One of my girls did a workout video, recipes, stuff like that, just to entertain people, shooting out emails, mass emails, and making sure that we're staying in touch with all the clients.
Thanks,
really,
Sarah.
it's engaging.
So, Christine, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There you go. Yeah, we can all hear you.
Okay. So I posted that we would do a Zoom call. We had our first meeting today, and 90% of the team showed up. So that was great. It was a really good outcome. And we kind of posted things that we could do differently. So I planted a lot of seeds that we are not going back to business as usual, and that this is going to be a redirection. So to sort of start to get them to navigate differently. We talked about doing virtual consultations prior to our clients coming back, so that this way we can engage them and start to talk about maybe showing them Pinterest boards on Zoom and things that they want to do differently with their hair to upsell them prior to coming back. And then we also did like a thank you for being patiently waiting, and we sent them gift cards to rebook their appointments. So that's what we've been doing.
Awesome.
Thanks, Christine. Awesome. So I want to say a couple things here, if everybody doesn't mind, and we all have different.
Derek, if I
Go ahead,
may,
Oscar.
I got to run real quick. I apologize. I just want to say thank you all. Good luck, and I'll see you all starting this Sunday, and I'll try to be on as often as I can.
You got it, Oscar. Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Take care, Oscar.
Beautiful. Thank you. So one of the things I want to say to the group and to everybody out there listening is we have a lot of salon owners taking opinions on what we should do and what we shouldn't do right now, especially regarding color sales and product sales and things like that. Please do not judge other owners, okay? Judge yourself. We're all in a different situation right now. Take it from there and do what you need to do to survive, okay? Don't call the state board on other owners. You don't know their situation. You don't live in anybody else's shoes, okay? As long as they're not performing something illegal, stay out of their business. Stay with your own. Concentrate on the business beauty reset. Reset your own mind. Reset your own business. Let's do this as a group. Let's not get caught up on all the things that are going on the side of us. Remember what I always teach, right? And I tell everybody this, front sight focus from when I was in the Marines, right? It means looking at your target, ignoring what's around you, and that's it, period. Okay? This is the beauty business reset. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other, not bash each other. I swear if I see it in a group, it drives me absolutely ballistic. I try and play neutral, but help each other, grow each other, knock it off, knock the nonsense off. Everybody is here to help. As a coach tonight, you should be doing the same thing with your fellow salon owners. Am I correct, group?
Yep.
There is no right or wrong. Let's get through this thing together. Let's empower each other, right? That's the important part. That is super duper important. Let's see if do we have any more live questions right now? James?
No, it looks like we're good to go.
Okay, so I thank everybody for showing up tonight and taking your time to help everybody out there. The class schedule will be up in the group, Beauty Business Reset, beautybizreset.com. Neil, thank you tonight, and we'll talk and we'll get together for sure. And don't forget, there's a lot of other. Andrew, quickly, can you tell some of the other educators that are still coming that
We have
weren't on tonight?
Yeah, we have the Beth Minardi's coming. We'll have to teach her some tech.
Yeah.
And we have Rodney Cutler and who else?
Jim Bauer.
Jim Bauer, thank you.
Yeah.
From Salon Interactive. And a number of other people.
Yeah, there's several others. It's exciting stuff. We're going to try and keep this thing going for as long as this epidemic is going. It's our job to empower you and conquer this bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. You know me, I speak straight from the heart. Philip, hold on. I know you got something to say. Go ahead.
No swearing, Derek.
That's usually you, right? You and Gino usually beat me out.
He's like, I want to say something, no swearing. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Very funny. Thank you, everybody, for your time tonight. If any of you are in the side group as an attendee and you have any questions, you can email us at derek@salonops.com, or you can jump in and register in the group and send your questions. And again, Salon Owner Mastermind, just private message us. Thanks, everybody, for your time tonight. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Looking forward
Good
to seeing
night.
you all. Bye.
Stay safe.